Okay, so today we're just getting to know your face painter.
Nothing but good vibes. Let's get this started right. Life's a groove, moving smooth, taking flight.
My name is Brooke with Pure Energy Entertainment, and this is
Amanda Estrada with Panda Facepaint.
Yay! I'm so glad to have you here today.
Thank you.
We're at the pool.
Yes.
So let me ask you, how did you get started face painting?
So I've always done like makeup. I've always liked to do hair. There was one time where I was doing earrings.
Oh, nice.
My earrings were called Creative Cactus.
Oh, nice.
So I've always had that, I guess, how do you say, like crave for creativity. And when I was little, I would always draw. I love drawing. So I saw that another face painter from San Antonio was doing a art class or like a face painting class. It just caught like my attention 100%. So
and that's kind of how we met. The same class that you were taking. I later on met you because I was making glitters at the time, fairy freckles.
Yes.
And I was invited to come. Yeah?
Yes. And
that's good.
So I went to the class. I loved it, and from there, I was asked to do a gig. I did the gig. I was nervous, but I feel like I caught on really.
So how long have you been face painting now?
So it's been 3 years now.
3 years, because I was gonna say I felt like not too long ago that I met you.
Yes.
And you had just started, right?
Yes, because I'm new to this, you know. So I've learned for myself that when I don't use a menu board, it's when I'm best at what I do.
It's kind of like you push outside your limits.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
nice.
You know, if somebody brings me something and they're like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" or like a design that they see, if I do it, I'm really great at it.
That's awesome.
But when I look at a menu board or like a picture, it kind of like, I don't know.
You feel like you have to do it like that, and if it doesn't come out like that, then there's something wrong.
Yes.
I totally get that. I always tell people, like, if I could see it, I can paint it. So if you could pull it up on Google and show me, I can paint it. And I like to do it because I like to change the backgrounds and the little swirls and swoops and stuff. But that's good that you're open to like pushing yourself, because a lot of people get stuck in, I'm gonna perfect this exact thing, and that's the only thing I can do, and I can't do anything else. The moment you say you can't, your mind hears you, it believes you, and that puts a stunt on your, your growth and your skills. And that's what I believe. Like that energy that you're pouring out, and the energy you pour out too to everybody else, it's just gonna keep coming back. So you always want to be open-minded and
trying new things and pushing through.
So I love that.
And you know the unicorn that you do, the small unicorn
on the cheek?
Yes. Okay, so I would have so much trouble doing that unicorn. And one time I tried it on a little girl. I said, you know what, I'm just gonna try it. I felt like at that point I was like, oh my god, this is scaring me. I can't do it. I would always say, like, unicorns and dinosaurs, that's not me. I can't do it.
And those are the most popular.
Yes. So I tried it and it came out amazing. She was so happy, and that for me was like, okay, you
could do more than you think you can.
Yes.
And I think that's what a lot of us face painters struggle with, is that we have so much doubt and fear instilled in us from other people who are not taking the leap of faith to do what they want to do in their life. So then they project it onto us and tell us, like, what are you doing? Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. There's no doors that are going to open. There's not enough room for you. So then there's this constant fight of like doubt. So then you kind of automatically doubt yourself. Yes. Because of what you're surrounded with and the people who don't believe in you. But the moment you start to believe in yourself and you start to think, no, I can do anything. I can paint that if I practice enough, if I do this enough, I can make this work, like your whole world will change. I had to also start to believe in myself to be able to do that, to say that I'm worthy enough to not stay stuck
in one spot.
Or with the rest of the world who is choosing to stay stuck. Yeah.
You're right. People, they spend their time, their money, everything on these parties for their kids because they want to have that memory. Like I think to myself, if I was this person hiring myself, what would I
what kind of experience would you want to have?
So I always make sure that I go in there and I'm confident and I know what I'm doing, and that's all that matters. I do the waterproof face painting,
which it is thanks to Amanda that I even know about the waterproof face paint. Really? Because you posted years ago and you were like, can somebody invest in me and buy this for me? And I was like, what is that? It's the first time I saw Body Color Cosmetics, and I actually invested in you.
You invested in me, yes.
I was building my credit at the time, so it actually helped me do that, and I bought us both like a kit of Body Color Cosmetics. And have fell in love with it ever since. Girl, that's not this kind of show, okay? I also noticed that you started dressing up. You have the best like bubble hair and fun, colorful costume that you wear.
And that's thanks to Brooke, because I saw that she would do mermaids and Pikachu and Blippi. And so...
Oh yeah, I let you borrow a Blippi costume once, yeah.
Yes. And so I fell in love with the idea of dressing up with different costumes and, you know, being fun just because of the kids. Like, I feel like the kids love that. And I noticed on my end when I was going out there and face painting, and I would just like not dress up like with different colors and fun things. You know, kids, they look at you, and for me, I feel like they would come up to me and I would be like, hey, as friendly as I could. But they didn't know what they were getting into. I feel like...
it kind of goes along with what you're saying with the experience that you want people to have.
Yes.
You know, with dressing up, I think kids kind of remember that more.
Yes.
I actually ran a 5K not too long ago, and there was a kid who literally said, oh, look, they got face painting. And his mom was like, yeah, at the zoo. He's like, no, she's right there. Literally, I had no costume. I'm sweating, no makeup. And he still recognized me because he remembered how I dressed up. But at the same time, I will say this, like some kids don't like the dress up. It's all dependent on the kids, because I've been like a full-blown fairy and a kid be scared of me because I'm a fairy, and the other kids are like, wow, it's a real fairy. So you just never know.
No, and I understand that, because my oldest daughter, so when I showed her my costumes, my oldest daughter, she was like, I don't know, that's weird.
Yeah, everybody's so different.
So yesterday I did a waterproof face painting event. I dressed up as like just with colorful, you know, and a colorful outfit. And one of the little girls, after I face painted her, she leaves and then she comes back and she looks at me and she goes like this to me, and I'm just like, oh, and she's like, can I give you a hug?
Yeah,
like, yes.
I love that.
And she hugs me and she's like, her mom's like, say thank you, and then she says thank you, and then she's like, she's my friend, her's my friend. She's dressed up and she's my friend, and so I love that.
Yeah, same.
It makes me look forward to the next event to
Yeah,
dress up.
that's so cool.
Yes.
Me too.
And I'm not as dressed up as you are.
I was like, it was kind of a healing for me to dress up, because that's something that I didn't get to do as a child, and I didn't feel supported in doing. So now I'm like, I want to show kids, like, you can do whatever you want to do and be whoever you want to be. It doesn't matter who agrees or not, you know? Another thing that a lot of us face painters kind of go through and transition in is either are you part-time or full-time? Like, I'm a full-time face painter. That's all I do. I do other art stuff sometimes upon request, but I'm just a full-time face painter. But it's taken me, you know, I've been painting for 12 years, and it took me like half of that time to get to that point. Are you full-time or part-time?
I'm part-time. I work a job Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And then I do face painting on the weekends. I do have 3 kids, so it is hard to handle my house, my kids, and face painting.
Girl, I felt that. We've often reached out to each other like, I don't know what to do. You know, I kind of feeling discouraged. Like, you feel like you're not giving enough time to your family. I know me and you can relate on that a lot. Yeah, because you, I see you do a lot of balloons and face painting too. It's not like you're just doing a little bit here and there. You're working full time and working your business too.
And so it is hard to juggle everything at once. I feel like my job, it has taken a toll on my mental health. And I would love to do face painting, you know, full time. But I feel like I have to prepare myself in everything. Like, I just feel like face painting is so much fun.
Yeah.
So,
and there's a lot of opportunities. Like, I think people don't realize how much is actually out there.
Especially like grand openings,
right?
Like restaurants. Like, I face painted not too long ago at a wash tub, and that was exciting.
Oh, nice.
There was a lot of entertainment there. Like, it kind of opened doors to doing different things. The more you meet, the better.
I had a lot of people reach out because I think a lot of people think I've been full-time for quite some time, but I was still like doing Uber and Lyft part-time. Me and my husband have multiple businesses online. You know, we sell on Amazon, Etsy. We do a lot of different stuff. So yes, face painting is my full-time, but it took me a while to get to the point where I don't have to go drive. I don't have to like kind of compensate for that extra income that we need to pay things or to invest back into our business. There are a lot of opportunities, but it's really scary to take that jump.
Yes,
it's really scary to say, if you don't have like a big savings or are prepared, like, is the business going to come? Are the parties going to get booked? You know, because you could have a whole lot of people reaching out, but maybe not most of them don't book you, you know?
Yeah,
So you just, it is possible to take a leap of faith and not know, but make it work, you know? So whatever you put into it, that's what you're going to get out of it.
Right. If I put into it and I feel like, you know, bookings will come but it's just, for me, it's just like that, like what you just finished saying, like that thought of not having that extra income or having that income coming in, it's scary.
But I think it's also beautiful because you're not, you know, it is me and I have one kid, you have 3 kids.
Yes.
So you're thinking from a perspective of like, I'm a mom, I have a whole family, I have to provide. Like, so do I want to put my whole family through that and maybe it not work? Or do I just do what I need to do until I get to that point? So I completely like support you and respect you for that.
Also, I would love, like, you know, my goal or my dream, and it's just that I have to sit down and do it. My kids, they're very artistic. My kids draw really
I see
good.
the drawings.
So my oldest has told me one thing that has caught her attention is the balloon making. She has tried to make balloons. It's like my job. I feel like it's in my way, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I don't make the time to sit down with her and teach her and, you know, putting her out there, having her do entertaining too. Abigail, she has told me she wants to do clown. Like, she wants to do clowning, like dress up as a clown and, you know.
Y'all might have a whole family business one day, right?
So I always think about it and I'm like, you know what, that is my dream. That is something that I would love to do. Like,
but you got to put the time,
incorporate my kids
and the effort.
Yes.
But I know we talked about, you know, how hard it is when you do work a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, and then you come home and you have to make dinner and you have to prepare the kids for school, and then or you have to get up early and make sure they have what they need and get all their whole day settled out. Like, it's really hard to have the energy and to make the time to do something on top of that.
Yes.
But it is so important that we find that for ourselves and for our family, right?
To benefit us.
Right, in the long run. At the same time, you have to also know when you actually need rest.
Yes.
My husband often says that. He's like, I just want to come home and relax. Okay, but there's 5 hours before we go to sleep.
Yes.
And you need 5 hours to relax? No, you really don't. If you could take 30 minutes to do something with your family, it's really just in your mind. It's not physically that you need that whole time to relax and watch TV and scroll on your phone. That's what I've come to find out. Like, it's really what I choose to do with my time that makes the difference. Because we may not feel like it, but we can see. We were just talking about that with the pool, because she was laughing because I was saying I'm trying to do other things so we don't have to come to the pool every day, but then I have to catch myself because I'm like, who complains about going to the pool every day with their kid? Like, I don't want to take that for granted, and I don't want to, you know, be complaining about coming to the pool, because there's other people who would love to be able to go to the pool with their kids every day. So it's just about like changing our perspective. I think that can help us accomplish all those things that we want to do, you know?
You're totally right. And it is true. Like, I feel like if you speak what you speak and you put out there, it contributes to your life completely, like 100%.
Right.
If you speak positivity into what you're doing, and if you're confident enough to, you know, go out there and do one thing, it's gonna bring you something positive out of it.
Right.
Like me, for face painting, you know, I never thought in a million years I was going to be doing face painting. I never thought.
That's so cool.
And so I took that confidence of going out there and actually doing it. And I swear to you, the first day that I face painted, I was like shaking so much. I was shaking, and I'm 5 minutes in, I was like, you know what, I just need to be confident. I need to believe in myself. And I don't need to doubt myself in any way or think that that I can't do this. There's a reason why I was placed.
Titi, don't say that. No, don't say it. You need to go potty? Well, why are you talking about your booty, girl?
I'm hot.
Clipping that out. I might leave it in. It's funny. Thank you so much for coming on the show and letting me get to know you.
Yes, thank you.
Even though I know you, but I know you a little bit more now.
Thank you, TT.
Wow,
it looks pretty, right?
Okay, see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Colors in the air, dancing in the light. This moment's ours, everything feels so bright.
Oh, it didn't come off. No.